Hi, my name is Paige Mangus and this is my second year in the Life Design Lab. I thought this year was going to be easy. I told myself I was doing this class to not only continue my project from the year before, but because most of my friends were doing it this year. I told them how fun this class was and how much I learned last year about real-world skills such as presenting, time management, doing things you enjoy, etc. I knew the expectations coming in and how Mr. Madden and Mr. Daly teach this class, but I still found I had the same problems I did last year. First, let's talk about what I've done this year. I have continued to further advance in my Unified Banquet to celebrate and recognize the Unified program. Last year, which was my freshman year, I was introduced to the Unified program in the fall when the girls' soccer team played countless games with them as their partners. If you're unfamiliar with the Unified program, it's a sports program here at a school for kids with and without disabilities to play sports with one another and connect with each other on a deeper level. As a partner, you get paired with an athlete and play the sport you both love doing together. Our school has 5 different sports to offer: unified soccer, bowling, track, and flag football. I knew I wanted to base my project around this program as it would help so many individuals, and I wanted to show the community how amazing this program truly is. Last year, I was all talk about my project. Sure, I sent a few emails here and there, but I was nervous. Mr. Madden and Mr. Daly encourage us to do a project alone, meaning you can get help from those around you, but these projects are mainly a replica of everything you have done throughout the year, showing off your work. However, this is the scariest part of the class for me. On simple forms we fill out in the beginning of the year for teachers to get to know who we are, I always say I prefer partner work over working alone. And I liked being told what to do, with a specific due date, so I can turn in my work and forget about it for the rest of my life. And that is something I still struggle with in this class. This class is pretty much the complete opposite of everything I just mentioned. Each one of us has to pick a project at the beginning of the year. Not just any project, but something that is truly meaningful to us. With that, there are a few nights to get feedback here and there. I mainly consider those as simple checkpoints, but other than that, you are on your own for the rest of the year. You pretty much have 80 minutes every other day to work on your project, whether you do it and move forward with it, or you do homework for another class. Your time management is on you. And unfortunately, I don't use my time so wisely in this class. Don't get me wrong, there will be days I work and have really good meetings to further advance in my project, but there will also be days I am in a complete slump and all I want to do is talk to my friends, and this is where I find myself falling out of line. I feel really good when I get things done in this class. An example of this could be when I meet with the athletic directors who are probably more thrilled about this project than I am. Another example is Miss Corona, the unified soccer coach, who is the reason why I have gotten this far. Her love for this program has pushed me to continue creating this banquet, and she is one of the biggest impacts on everything I have done so far. These adults' love and support is the reason why I'm still doing this and has helped me when I don't feel motivated to do my project. Sophomore year is way harder than freshman year. Whether we are talking about the homework load, the way teachers treat you, you name it, it's different. They don't prepare you for the change, but this class has one of the biggest impacts of the change from freshman to sophomore year. It has taught me things no other teachers have ever mentioned, doing something you're passionate about and doing it for you. I always brush off the thought of those words. School is pretty much you learning, doing an assignment for the teacher to show how much you know, and getting a grade, and 9 times out of 10, you will forget it the minute you get the grade back. Let's be honest, you don't care about what you're learning most of the time. In this class, though, we have the freedom to step away from that and do something we enjoy doing, to learn something in the process of doing. This is something I still struggle with in this class, that I'm trying to figure out. The change from this class to all my other 7 classes is so different. Sometimes it's hard to shift my head to doing something I really care about, which sounds really weird. I don't like planning things, which is ironic because I'm doing a unified banquet, and the whole process is planning. Planning the food, the location, how many people there are, etc. This wasn't accidental though. I did this on purpose to step out of my comfort zone. One thing I learned about this class is that in order to succeed and get something out of it, you need to learn that comfort is temporary and is not something you're going to feel in the real world. I learned that you have to try something new. Not only is this applied in the real world, but the process of my project. Last year, I only emailed and reached out to one coach, which was Miss Corona. I did this because I knew she was nice and it made me feel like what I was doing was good, even though I knew it wasn't. This year, I made sure to step out of my comfort zone and talk to people who have a really high position in the high school. Although this was scary, it was some of my biggest steps in the learning process. They didn't sugarcoat things. They asked me questions sometimes I didn't know the answer to, and it was written all over their faces when something was out of line or didn't seem right. Yes, you can do things on your own, but when you have other people to help you and lead you in the right direction, when you feel like you're going nowhere, can help you become more motivated. I know I learned and improved in this class because if you told me a year ago today that I was talking to athletic directors, all of the unified coaches now, and pretty much ready to start the banquet, I wouldn't believe you. Last year, I was also really nervous to do this presentation and was something I actually really dreaded doing. This year, it feels easier. This is because I went out of my comfort zone and did some really challenging presentations and had conversations I had to answer questions on the fly to. I also realized I don't say like or as much when talking to adults because I feel more comfortable. I believe that this class has a lot to do with that. Even though there were days where I'm in a slump and it's hard for me to do my project, it is rewarding when I get things done and make progress. At Life Design hosted nights, whether that's feedback, critique, or exhibition night, I also love to see those who are just as excited about my project as I am. It shows me that I am helping the community and making people happy, and that is something I love doing. I am so excited to continue my project, and I can't wait to see what the final product looks like at the end of the year. Thank you.